Well, here we are post-season. I don't usually do any videos like this until shed season, but I had the time this year and the availability, and so I decided I'm going to do something about kind of providing just some general nutrition and giving back, not only to the deer but to all the wildlife. So I'm headed back in right now to grab a camera that I know is dead. I'm gonna grab that camera and put some new batteries in it, and I'll show you guys what I'm up to today as far as what I'm putting out and why and how I place it. So I'll be back soon. Well, I've been taking inventory of a lot of these tracks. I got this camera out, swapped the batteries real quick, but I've been looking at all the deer tracks, and there's a lot of trails that come right along this edge right through here and come out of the bedding, and then there's another trail back over my shoulder that comes across. This was all a Buck Fever Seed Company clover plot this fall, and right through this edge where the plot screen was, the clover was really thick along that edge, and I can see where they've kind of been digging it up out there. So with this intersection of trails coming from two different parts of the bedding area, I decided I'm going to put a pile right here. These deer have already actually been clawing up the ground and eating. So they're already naturally digging this up because there's green grass down there. So I've got a tree right back here. I'm going to put a camera right on that tree, and I'll put a pile right here, and it's going to be the closest one to the bedding. So I'm going to get this camera set up, and then I'll show you guys kind of what I'm putting out. So this will be my fourth pile on this farm, and what I've been doing is 3 alfalfa bales, and these are 4th and 5th cutting pure alfalfa bales, which should be extremely high in protein and nutrients, which is what the deer need. Lots of leaves on this alfalfa. I also bought 3 50-pound bags of corn. I've been adding in corn with that, plus the alfalfa, and I got a block to try. A buddy of mine gave me a Next Level supplement block, a roasted soybean block. So I'm looking forward to giving that a try, but I'm gonna throw these bales out real quick. The important part, if you're throwing out alfalfa bales too, is there's lots of leaves in here. So you pull these squares apart and they come into slices. Those deer are not necessarily chewing up the stems, they're going after the leaves. So it's important when you throw these bales out, don't just clump the bale together, spread it all out. And that is how I do my best to give back to the wildlife. Birds will feed on this, other animals, deer. It just helps everything. With all this snow and brutal temps, it's not hurting these deer in the least bit to eat something that benefits them. Well, that makes pile number 5. That's going to conclude what I'm doing here today. Again, the whole purpose is giving more than I take. I was very fortunate this year to take 2 really good bucks off this farm. My daughter shot her first deer, and with the deer density, all this snow, the cold frigid temperatures, the least I can do is spend a little bit of money and time putting out stuff that is beneficial to the deer. I'm not bringing out some random attractant and just dumping it on the ground. This is cracked corn, and the cracked corn is going to allow their digestive system to absorb that nutrients quicker. I've got a soybean block out here, 4th and 5th cutting pure alfalfa bales. They're going to be very high in protein, give them calories, everything that those deer are going to need. So it feels good that I finally got all that stuff done. 5 piles, 5 cameras. I'm going to get to watch the fruits of my labor come to fruition, and ultimately I just feel good knowing that I'm helping the deer, I'm giving back, contributing to the wildlife, being a conservationist. It's all part of the circle. We like killing deer, we like hunting deer, and we got to keep them healthy and keep the herd healthy, populated, so we can continue to enjoy this resource. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully it was not too boring for you guys, but that's just kind of what I do for the late season. I'll do this about every 2 to 3 weeks until about the middle of March, so, or until the snow's gone. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, you guys.